All right. So we got
Oh,
Rytas.
there's a
Rytas.
backstory to this one.
All right.
Rytas, I think that's how you pronounce his name, is
Yeah.
Lucas Kubis's brother. From
Okay.
iVenture,
Oh shit.
and
Okay.
I
Dope.
I talked to Lucas earlier this week because his brother is trying to do music full time this semester, and he's
Oh.
trying to learn his way around the ropes of production, and I think playing guitar,
Whoa.
and making music. So he wants to sort of be a guinea pig for Fast Track and see how we can help out. Um,
Rytas. Thank you, bro.
yeah,
Looking
and we
forward
can
to
talk
it. Shout
to
out Lucas.
we can have a chat also, right, Tess, if you want to talk about what you're doing this semester.
Yeah,
But
for real.
yeah, so he sent in a song here. It's got a description. It's called "What's the World." Work in progress. I decided to challenge myself on this project by limiting myself to recording solely with an acoustic guitar in my voice. That's a fun challenge to do. Um, I have a very small budget and I have never released this kind of music. I was wondering if you guys ever work with acoustics and how that process looks. What kind of microphones do you use? What system do you use to set them up? What are the biggest challenges? Okay, so I talked about this a little bit with Lucas,
Hmm.
but Rytas, again, we can we can chat about this, one on one.
Hmm.
Um, I don't want to really go too into detail about that. I'll
Yeah.
just say that there are a lot of really good microphones that are good for all around stuff. Like for in your case, recording acoustic guitars and vocals. Um, there's stuff out there that's below $200 or around the
Hmm.
$200 mark. That's quite good.
Bro, put
And
us
then of
on.
course, yeah, then there's like the techniques for one
Miking
example
it.
is like the CAD M179. That's a really good one. It's a multi-pattern condenser.
Hmm.
So it can do like omnidirectional, figure eight, cardioid, supercardioid.
Hmm.
It's got like some cut filters and pads and stuff. That's a really good one.
Mm-mm.
Um,
I definitely want to ask you about that. I'm also interested in this kind of space of acoustic and voice, but yeah, maybe I'll listen to it or I'll ask you afterward. So we'll probably
yeah,
hear
for sure.
some stuff. But
Yeah, if
cool.
anybody else wants to hear about this, let us know in the chat, I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
Although I think we've got a lot of hip hop folks here that are probably working more in the box.
yeah,
But even
yeah.
for vocals.
Let's do it.
Um,
Are you
all
ready?
right, so yeah, let's go ahead and listen to it.
Yeah, yeah. Write us. What's the world? Three, two, one.
Let's go to Greece, then buy tickets to Belize. We'll see Amsterdam
Is this
and then
all him?
Japan, North Tinder,
I think it is.
Taiwanese.
Wow.
Let's see Peru, feel the
Siblings.
heat in Timbuktu. Then we'll ditch our plans for Paris, France, and dance under the moon. 'Cause when we're old and gray, life gets in the way. Do my best so we can say, what's the world to me? A place I know, a place I've seen. What's the world to me? A place that's best when you're right next to me. What's the world to me? A place I know, a place I've seen. What's the world to me? What's the world to me? Throw a dart at a map or flip a coin. I don't care if we end up in West Des Moines, but I won't dare to be the one to make that choice. But that's okay, we'll make our way back to the start of a brand new day, in a brand new feeling, in a brand new place. Cause I've never been one just to sit and wait. I got a pretty good feeling that you're the same, right? What's the world to me? A place I know, a place I've seen. What's the world to me? A place that's best when you're right next to me. What's the world to me? A place I know, a place I've seen. What's the world to me? What's the world to me? Need your time, pack your bags, leave the rest. It's just me, you, and the road, we're going west. I'm obsessed, and that's okay. I'ma take you around the world and back in one day. What's the world to me? A place I know, a place I've seen. What's the world to me? A place that's best when you're right next to me. What's the world to me? A place I know, a place I've seen. What's the world to me? What's the world to me?
Bow, bow. What's up, me?
Wow.
Yeah, that was great. Right ass. What's the world? Or right ass. Sorry, not right ass. Right ass. What's the world? Lush vocals, man.
Yeah.
He's got talent. He can sing pretty well.
Yeah.
What do you think, Josh?
Dude, I got to be honest. I did not have a chance. I didn't listen to any of his stuff yet before this.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm super fucking impressed, honestly.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's only been playing guitar for like 2 or 3 years, from what I
Wow.
hear.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that sounded solid. Like Chris said, super lush vocals. Overall,
Layers are
I mean,
ridiculous.
yeah, this definitely is. What's the style? What is this reminiscent of? Is it like
I was
of?
thinking of Milky Chance, but without the beat, like that.
There's
I want you. We could get it on the floor. That song.
is
We
it?
could
Am
dance
I
like.
thinking of Monsters and Men? There's like an
Yeah,
era
there's in that vibe. Yeah,
like
Mumford and
20
Sons, kind of
like yeah, like 2012 ish. There
uh
was like a bunch of those indie sort of bands
folk.
that had this sort of vibe to
Yep,
it. Yeah, like indie folk kind of.
yep, indie folk.
Um,
Milky
and that's
Chance.
cool, right? That's cool. But I would want to hear sort of like um, I want to sort of get even more personality out of like you,
Mm,
right? Like
mm,
this is very good at matching that vibe.
mm,
But I could sort of see you like taking that and then making it even more unique and sort of innovative.
mm.
So I would definitely look forward to hearing what else you're making. If this was your challenge for just using your guitar and acoustic, or your acoustic and vocals, uh,
Yeah,
that's awesome. And
yeah.
maybe that's the way that this one sounds the way it does too. Um, but wow, yeah, I mean, the main thing that I can think of right now in terms of improvement would be just achieving a little bit better separation
Mm,
between your different layers. So
mm,
right now, everything is kind of this one big lush soundscape, but things are kind of blurred together a lot. Um, for your like, there are certain groups that you do want to blur together, like your backing vocals, which is done really well here.
mm.
But you also sometimes want a little bit of stereo separation even between those things, as well as just carving out a frequency space for each of your components.
Yeah,
Right now, everything's kind of blending together, and it becomes a little bit hard to hear what the individual parts are actually doing throughout.
yeah.
So I would just want to hear a little bit of mixing work on like, removing some extraneous frequencies from your guitar tracks or your vocals and doing a little bit of panning and making clearer exactly what's going on to the listener, making it a little more immersive.
I think it's
Um,
especially apparent at the end, like that whole kind of back half, where
yeah,
there's a bunch of different parts going on, and it sounds like it's really good. They all sound good individually, but when it all comes together, it's like kind of a sound wall, and I can't tell what's happening with any real clarity. So
right.
be wary on that.
Just
Um,
a little bit of clashing there. You can see on the waveform it gets louder as volumes go up and more stuff comes in.
mm,
So definitely like a sort of easy tip. It's often a good idea to do your most important mixing decisions in the loudest part of the song, because
mm.
that's usually where the most clashing and stuff happens, and that's where your sort of roof is for compression, leveling, and all that stuff.
Yep,
So you might want to reference a lot of those decisions from that end part of the song.
yep, yep, yep.
All
I
right.
just noted that down for a marker tip. I'm
Yeah, for
on
sure.
top of it. Yeah.
All right. Should we do
But we
the
got some love in
ratings?
the chat though. Jada Mosley says she loves this.
Oh, and
Um,
Zach, I just saw you're here. What the fuck is up, dude?
yeah, Zach is at a pregame right now, but he had to show love, so appreciate you, dog.
Let's go.
Go get your drink on. I had just finished my cup of whiskey actually, so drink up. For me, let me go back to we got vibes, we got content, we got production. Vibes, I think Josh hit it nail on the head. That vibe era of 2012 Mumford and Sons. Milky Chance was the first thing that came to mind. It really reminded me of that. I forgot what that song's called. Something dance, stolen dance, I think is what it's called, but without a beat. Had that offbeat dun, 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 with it, and you had that silky vocals. It sounded really good. I could tell that you can really sing, and when the layers come together, it's really lush. Um, so vibes, yeah, that's a green. Content, yeah, I'd say for the most part, I don't think I got bored through it. I did get confused at the end just because I know that you tried to, uh, I appreciated the what is it, the progression. It was something different to listen to. It was nice, but it did seem kind of all smashed together. And I would like a little more separation between the parts. And I also didn't know which part was the main thing to listen to. I don't know what was the backing vocals. I don't know what was the main vocals at the end. So it was hard to listen to what you were trying to say at the end there. So content, I would say it's a develop. Production, the first thing that came to mind. So you heard my live reaction. It was, wow, this is really lush vocals, like super super talented. And then sibilance. There's some points where you say I think it's like what's, but that end sound, it's really really strong, at least on my end. And oh, looks like it says you are no longer live. I don't know what happened. Uh, well, it looks like I'm still here, but Josh isn't. So
No,
we'll
I
see.
should be back. I got an attempting to reconnect thing that wouldn't go away for some
Oh,
reason.
okay,
So
okay.
we should be good now.
That was
Sorry,
weird. All
sorry
right.
about that. Sorry about the scare.
No, it's funny. Was a sibilance. So yeah, there's just some points where the T's and S sounds, um, they they are very very present in the mix, and so much so, and especially I think it's because all of them are layering on top of each together. They're just adding together in that same frequency spot that sometimes it hurts to listen to, and that's that's really hard to deal with as a listener. Like I had to turn down my volume because of that, and it's an acoustic song, right? Like you don't want that to happen. The last thing you want is pain for the listener. So I would try to find that sibilance frequency range. It's typically sitting around anywhere from 8 to 11K, something like that. Just take a look there on your vocal bus on each of the vocal tracks. Put a de-esser on it, and then try to duck that frequency a little bit because it was a little harsh. So production wise, I would say it's a yellow. I would definitely revisit that as a mixer. Um, but the layering sounded decent. Maybe it's an orange because I do want. Uh, I agree with what Josh was saying about the um, kind of stereo spacing and try to separate the different layers that you're doing. But it's ambitious, it's lush, and I can tell you're super talented. And I can't believe that we are one connection away from you. So that's pretty cool. In person, I should say. So yeah, my overall, I think it's a develop because it's not quite there yet, in my opinion. It looks like it's a work in progress. So I'm glad that we caught it. And I'm looking forward to more of your stuff and the release. So nice.
Yeah, that was all well said.
Thank
I
you.
would say just a little bit. I'll keep it concise for this because we're starting to get a lot of people saying they want to submit now. Maybe we
Hey,
should
hey,
just stop taking submissions during the week and get all of them during the stream.
maybe. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's working.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, vibes. I would say you've got a very, very cohesive vibe going here. I like I said before, would just want to hear like how can you take this and make it even more your own, even more unique. So I would give some shade of green, like a light shade of green for vibes. For content, I would say, yeah, honestly, like it's a 2 minute song. I thought it was structured pretty well for being within that time frame. Again, I think there might be a room for some sort of flair somewhere within that, but maybe not super necessary. So I would give content. Again, a light shade of green, somewhere between green and yellow, but closer to the green side for this.
Yeah.
And then production, I would give a develop, just because I think there's some sort of basic things that should be done to the mix to make it radio ready, as they call it.
Yeah.
And then track total, I would give it definitely a chartreuse. It's on the way. But yeah, there's a couple of things like we said that can be done to take it up to that next level. Right now, it's very enjoyable. So yeah, great job on this. Hope we can talk soon too and figure out your plan. That's super exciting.
Yeah, for real. I mean, are you a student? Like all this shit, all this shit I want to ask you about. Yeah, I don't know if I give my track total. I think it's a yellow because I would do a lot for the mix, quite frankly. But yeah, the talent is there for real.